relaxing Hawaiian music. Cut! Okay, come on out.
Smile, you're
Easy. I've never seen a motorcycle parked in my flower bed before.
Everything was altered by a single contentious episode. Once a cherished mainstay of 1980s television, The Facts of Life faced harsh criticism for a delicate plot that touched on a hotly contested topic. This led to heated arguments, split viewers, and ultimately signaled the start of the show's unanticipated demise. The series' future trajectory was ultimately impacted by this moment, which cast a long shadow despite its prior popularity and strong following. It caused a shift in both viewer sentiment and network support. Even with its broad appeal and cultural impact, The Facts of Life was not impervious to criticism. Particularly, one episode turned into a contentious issue that sparked conversations long after the show concluded. Both viewers and critics were divided by this episode, which addressed a particularly delicate topic. While some praised the show for its courage in tackling real-life issues, others contended that it went too far for primetime television. Despite The Facts of Life's reputation for striking a balance between humor and poignant narrative,
What has gotten into Arnold?
Well, you've had biology. Figure it out.
this incident was a watershed that altered viewers' opinions of the program and shaped its future course. The aforementioned episode tackled a challenging and mature subject with a level of intensity uncommon for sitcoms during that era. In keeping with its dedication to examining issues that young people face, the show sought to reflect the complexities of real life by tackling contentious topics. Some viewers, however, were taken aback by the storyline's seriousness and thought it went beyond what was suitable for a family-friendly show. This response brought attention to the show's frequent need to strike a careful balance between education and entertainment, which some felt it had failed to do in this instance. The ensuing backlash was immediate and divisive.
Now look for packages or other objects that could strike someone in the event of a quick stop.
I checked. There's nothing around to strike someone with.
Adjust mirrors.
Conservative organizations and worried parents attacked the episode's content, claiming that it included themes inappropriate for younger viewers. Supporters, however, commended the program for its readiness to tackle touchy subjects that are frequently shunned by mainstream media. The Facts of Life became the focal point of a broader cultural debate concerning the obligations of television programming as a result of the controversy, which attracted national attention. The show's creative direction came under more scrutiny after this controversy. There was a discernible change in tone in later seasons as a result of network executives becoming more circumspect about the topics and narratives the program examined. Even though The Facts of Life kept addressing significant social issues, viewers began to feel that the program was renouncing the gritty stories that had previously made it who it was. The show's ratings and cultural impact gradually declined as a result of this softer approach.
Don't you ever get a yearning to look back and relive those carefree days of your childhood?
Cast changes and shifting audience preferences. The episode is still a major part of the show's legacy in spite of the controversy. It questioned the norms of the sitcom genre and showed how television can provoke thought-provoking discussions. However, its adored cast members embark on a variety of frequently surprising professional and personal paths. Although viewers were captivated by The Facts of Life's endearing tales and impressive ensemble cast, life behind the camera was anything but relaxed. Even though the characters had close relationships, the actors' real-life experiences were influenced by the extreme pressures and difficulties that frequently come with working in the entertainment business. These demands only increased as the show's popularity skyrocketed, having a long-lasting effect on the young actors. The cast's physical appearance came under scrutiny, which was one of the biggest problems they encountered. Nancy McKeon, who debuted as Joe Polniacek in the second season of the show, later disclosed that she and the other cast members were frequently the focus of conversations regarding their weight. Throughout their adolescence, this focus on appearance became an unfavorable and constant background. This type of criticism exacerbated the stress and insecurity already experienced by young women navigating the challenges of puberty. Because of the entertainment industry's fixation on image, even the normal changes and ebbs and flows of growing up
Blair, forget it. What are we talking about, really?
6 little birds and a bowl of stuffing. I'm not sticking my hand into a dead chicken.
Were subjected to harsh scrutiny. The pressure to look good was not just present in private discussions. It occasionally affected artistic choices. Producers reportedly felt that some of the original cast members didn't fit their vision for the show's direction, so they wrote them out of the series during its early seasons. This increased the sense of instability for the young actors who stayed by raising the possibility that decisions were influenced by physical appearance and perceived marketability. In spite of these difficulties, the cast formed sincere relationships that enabled them to withstand the demands of the business. On and off screen, Charlotte Rae, who portrayed the adored Edna Garrett, frequently took on the roles of mother and mentor, particularly for the younger cast members navigating the challenges of growing up in the spotlight. Her support offered stability and direction. The show faced a challenging moment when Rae left after the 7th season, highlighting how reassuring she had been behind the scenes. The rigorous production schedule also had an impact. The cast's adolescent years were anything but normal because they had to juggle their studies with long hours on set. The youngest character, Tootie Ramsey, was portrayed by Kim Fields, who frequently discussed the challenges of maturing on screen and the pressure to keep up a polished appearance while going through changes in real life. Errors felt magnified, and there was constant pressure to meet industry standards because the boundaries between professional expectations and personal development were blurred.
Jo really popped you one, didn't she?
Thanks for the ice, Tootie.
Is this what they mean by the right hand of God?
The cast's professionalism and camaraderie helped the show succeed for 9 seasons in spite of these setbacks. However, the facts of life remained lively and current despite the cast additions and changes. Did they? Let's investigate. As a spin-off from the hugely successful sitcom Different Strokes, The Facts of Life became a cultural mainstay in American television. Dick Clare and Jenna McMahon were the show's creators, and it debuted on August 24, 1979. Their goal was to develop the role of Charlotte Rae's character, Edna Garrett, who had been the sage and kind housekeeper for the Drummond family. With the new idea, Edna Garrett became the house mother at the fictional boarding school Eastland School for Girls in Peekskill, New York. In addition to enabling a change in location, this change set the stage for a series that would explore teenage girls' struggles and experiences in a complex and approachable manner. The choice to concentrate on a boarding school for girls produced a special setting for storytelling, as opposed to its predecessor, which focused on a wealthy Manhattan family. The Facts of Life examined friendship, identity, and development from the viewpoint of young women going through adolescence. The ensemble cast of the show presented a range of characters, each of whom represented unique struggles and backgrounds. Because of its diversity, the show was able to tackle topics like peer pressure.
How'd your physical go?
Well, the doctor says it's safe for me to renew my magazine subscriptions for another year.
Body image, class differences, and self-discovery, with a level of authenticity that was uncommon in television at the time. As the cast and plots changed, Charlotte Rae's portrayal of Edna Garrett emerged as the show's focal point and a constant presence. Her persona struck a balance between warmth and authority, providing direction and empathy without being intrusive. Garrett became a cherished maternal figure to both students and viewers as a result of Rae's performance, which received high appreciation and served as the show's emotional center. The show experimented with a wider cast of characters in the first season, but in later seasons it honed in on a more intimate group of girls: Tootie Ramsey, Kim Fields, the eager and curious youngest of the group, Jo Polniacek, Nancy McKeon, the tough and streetwise newcomer, Natalie Green, Mindy Cohn, the friendly and witty dreamer, and Blair Warner, Lisa Welchel, the wealthy and confident socialite. Because of their exceptional chemistry, the main cast's changing friendships and conflicts struck a deep chord with the audience. The Facts of Life was notable for its willingness to address weighty and occasionally contentious subjects, in addition to its likable characters and sense of humor. The show addressed a range of topics with tact and candor.
Think of Mrs. Garrett as a rock,
when she's really just a pile of sand that could be blown away by the slightest breeze.
From teen pregnancy and substance abuse to racism and eating disorders, the series' dedication to tackling real-life issues gave it a depth that set it apart from other sitcom fare, encouraging audience discussion and adding to its lasting legacy. However, how did it become so popular? Let's investigate. In addition to its humor and likable characters, The Facts of Life made a name for itself in American television by taking a bold stance on weighty and frequently contentious subjects. During its 9-season run, the program tackled topics that were rarely covered in sitcoms at the time, producing episodes that ignited national discussions. Its dedication to fusing social criticism with entertainment gave it a unique voice and a long-lasting cultural influence. Season 2's Breaking Point, one of the most talked-about episodes of the show, took a terrifying turn when Blair Warner's run for class president ended in unanticipated tragedy. Following her loss, Cynthia, a fellow student, commits suicide as a result of the extreme pressure and competition. Both viewers and critics were moved by the episode's depiction of the demands of social and academic expectations. At the time, suicide was not frequently discussed on television, so the show's choice to handle it delicately and somberly was both brave and essential.
Well, anyway, I mixed up a new batch of bratwurst. Who wants the first bite?
The episode was one of the most memorable and influential of the series because it promoted candid conversations about mental health, self-worth, and the value of support networks. Season 3's Fear Strikes Back, another remarkable episode, examined the traumatizing fallout from a frightening and dangerous encounter with Natalie Green. The Facts of Life handled the plot with nuance and realism, in contrast to many sitcoms that avoided such challenging material. The complicated emotional journey that many survivors go through was reflected in Natalie's initial shock, fear, and struggle to regain her sense of safety and normalcy. The show's dedication to truthful storytelling was demonstrated by its readiness to discuss the psychological effects of trauma and the significance of getting help. This episode received recognition for giving voice to people who had gone through similar experiences and bringing attention to a topic that was frequently overlooked on popular television. The show addressed a variety of contentious topics, including racism, eating disorders, substance abuse, and teen pregnancy, in addition to life-altering traumas. These subjects were carefully woven into the story, frequently striking a balance between the seriousness of the problem and the show's unique qualities, friendliness and wit. By addressing these issues head-on, the program educated and entertained viewers while fostering discussions that went beyond the screen. The show was controversial, despite being praised for addressing real-life issues. Some episodes provoked discussions about whether delicate subjects were presented nuancedly enough, or if they ran the risk of sensationalizing important subjects. Nevertheless, the show stuck to its goal of telling intelligent, character-driven stories despite criticism.
Take a hike, Roy.
I come bearing gifts. Bread, rolls, prune Danish.
I'll go get the order form.
One of the things that kept viewers interested and involved season after season was this readiness to take artistic chances. Furthermore, the dynamics behind the scenes were just as fascinating as one might think. Let's investigate them. The beloved cast members of The Facts of Life embarked on a variety of frequently unexpected career and personal journeys after the show's incredible 9-season run concluded in 1988. Even though their lives diverged, their time on the show continued to have a big influence on who they were and how they would develop both inside and outside of the entertainment business. Unlike many of her co-stars, Lisa Whelchel, who played the sophisticated and self-assured Blair Warner, took a different route. She took a break from acting after the show ended in order to concentrate on taking care of her family and her personal life.
What are you two looking so intense for? Hey, exams come and go. Worry lines stay with you forever. Oh, and talking about you.
As a speaker and author, Whelchel maintained a relationship with her followers despite her absence from the spotlight. She authored multiple books on spirituality, parenting and personal development. She unexpectedly made a comeback to the public eye in 2012 as a competitor on Survivor Philippines. She won over a new generation of viewers with her adaptability and tenacity on the reality show, demonstrating that her charm went well beyond the staged environment. After the series concluded, Nancy McKeon, who was well known for playing the tough and streetwise Joe Polniacek, carried on developing a strong acting career. She starred in many television films and series during the 1990s and 2000s, but one of her most well-known roles was that of Inspector Ginny Ekstead on the Lifetime drama The Division. McKeon's range and depth as an actress were demonstrated by her ability to play emotionally complex and nuanced roles.
I'm Whale Slime.
I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Whatever happened to nicknames like Skippy?
Hey, babe.
She thrilled devoted fans in 2018 by competing on Dancing with the Stars, where she displayed her spirit and tenacity in a totally different kind of performance. After her stint on The Facts of Life, Kim Fields, who portrayed the lively and inquisitive Tootie Ramsey, enjoyed steady success in television. Her portrayal of Regine Hunter on the popular sitcom Living Single in the 1990s helped her gain widespread recognition and further solidify her comedic abilities. Fields took advantage of opportunities in reality television in addition to acting, and she joined the cast of The Real Housewives of Atlanta for its 8th season. She was a remarkable presence in every project she worked on because of her lively personality and proficiency with both scripted and unscripted formats. Bringing warmth and humor to the role of Natalie Green, Mindy Cohn continued to be active in the entertainment industry, concentrating on guest appearances and voice acting.
I told you I'm writing an article for the school paper on the UN. They're taking me along. How do you like these jeans for the trip?
Very nice.
Yeah, real sexy.
For more than 10 years, she provided her unique voice to the character of Velma Dinkley in the Scooby-Doo series. In order to balance her work behind the scenes with sporadic on-screen roles, Cohn also appeared on a number of television programs. Her adaptability and persistent presence in the field demonstrated her commitment to her work. Charlotte Rae, who played Edna Garrett in The Facts of Life, remained active well into her later years. She maintained a career characterized by warmth and wisdom by making appearances in movies and as a guest star on TV shows. Rae left behind a legacy of unforgettable on- and off-screen performances and sincere kindness when she passed away in 2018 at the age of 92. The Facts of Life kept a solid core cast throughout its 9-season run, but as the show developed, it featured high-profile additions and significant cast changes that kept the series interesting and captivating. Along with adding new characters, these changes broadened the show's appeal by providing a range of viewpoints and deeper narrative depth.
Back to me now. The faint aroma of hairspray and grape bubblegum.
Hey, Terry, did you meet Blair? I mean, Miss Warner.
Yeah.
The longevity and adaptability of the show were greatly influenced by the harmony between a recurring cast and a stable ensemble. After the first season, the show streamlined its cast, which was one of the biggest early changes. Producers quickly focused on 4 main characters, after initially showcasing a sizable cast of Eastland School students: Tootie Ramsey, Kim Fields, Joe Polniacek, Nancy McKeon, Blair Warner, Lisa Whelchel, and Natalie Green, Mindy Cohn. Deeper character development and more interesting interpersonal dynamics were made possible by this choice, which made the series' plot more unified and relatable. One of the show's turning points was Nancy McKeon's debut as Joe Polniacek in the 2nd season. Blair's affluent, refined manner was perfectly balanced by Joe's tough, streetwise personality. These two characters' conflict and eventual friendship led to some of the most memorable scenes in the show and gave the group's interactions a deeper level of nuance.
You're so popular and I'm not. What? No one cares about me anymore. No one ever asks me anywhere. Oh, Blair, that's not true.
In addition to securing the main cast, McKeon's arrival brought in new vitality that enabled the series to establish its unique voice. Future Hollywood heavyweights were also brought on board The Facts of Life during its run, giving the cast more star power and fresh dynamics. As George Burnett, a lovable handyman whose laid-back demeanor and sharp wit made him an immediate fan favorite, George Clooney joined the cast in the 7th and 8th seasons. Clooney's innate charm and sense of humor gave the program a new feel, and his rapport with the current cast produced memorable and enjoyable moments. Before becoming well known as a 1980s movie icon, Molly Ringwald, who played Molly Parker in the first season, gave early indications of her talent. Despite having a brief appearance on the show, she helped build its reputation for highlighting up-and-coming talent. Over the years, the program also added a number of guest and recurring characters.
Fathers can't be trusted. My heart feels like it's busted. Boy, am I disgusted.
Each of whom gave the Eastland setting and beyond new depth. In the following seasons, Cloris Leachman replaced Charlotte Rae as Edna Garrett's sister, Beverly Ann Stickle. Leachman's warm demeanor and well-honed comedic abilities made the transition easier while preserving the show's established tone. The entire situation was altered by an infamous scene that followed. Next, let's investigate that. The Facts of Life didn't just become popular, it earned it with a unique fusion of warmth, humor, and a daring take on weighty social issues. The show, which debuted in 1979 as a spin-off of the popular sitcom Different Strokes, had trouble finding its own voice at first. By its second season, though, it had improved its formula by emphasizing a more cohesive cast of main characters and more sophisticated, nuanced narrative. This change prepared the way for its eventual ascent to prominence as one of the 1980s most enduring and memorable sitcoms. The show's ability to strike a balance between serious, real-world themes and lighthearted humor was one of the main reasons for its popularity. The Facts of Life was unafraid to tackle challenging and occasionally contentious subjects, in contrast to many sitcoms of its time.
Probably throw away the key.
Blair, the convent is not a jail. Meg can come and go as she pleases.
Then how come she hasn't been home in almost a year?
Episodes addressed topics that were uncommon in primetime comedy at the time, such as racism, abortion, drug and alcohol abuse, and even self-harm. This audacious strategy struck a chord with viewers, providing them with conversation and introspection in addition to entertainment. The show distinguished itself from its peers by becoming a secure environment where challenging discussions took place with tact and wisdom. The success of the show was also largely due to its talented ensemble cast, each of whom gave their parts nuance and uniqueness. The four main students, Blair Warner, Lisa Welchel, Joe Polniacek, Nancy McKeon, Natalie Green, Mindy Cohn, and Tootie Ramsey, Kim Fields, each represented unique personalities and backgrounds, while Charlotte Rae's portrayal of Edna Garrett offered a sympathetic and reassuring presence. A genuine and relatable dynamic was produced by their chemistry. The characters' struggles with friendship, identity, and growing pains resonated with viewers because they mirrored their own experiences.
Tootie, I wanted that part so badly that every night for 2 weeks I've been down in the basement practicing my singing. Was that you? I thought we had air in the pipes.
The series underwent a sea change when Nancy McKeon was cast in the second season as the tough, streetwise Bronx girl, Joe Polniacek. One of the most adored relationships on the show was Joe's conflict and eventual friendship with the affluent and self-assured Blair Warner. While their differences offered chances to examine class differences and personal development, their developing relationship added layers of heart and humor. Furthermore, The Facts of Life flourished because of its capacity for change and adaptation. The themes and plots developed along with the characters. Beyond their school years, the show followed the girls as they dealt with adult responsibilities, college life, and career goals. By allowing viewers to grow with the characters they had grown to love, this sustained character development kept the series interesting and relatable. However, what about its noteworthy and controversial episodes? Let's investigate.